is so awesome getting a chance to chat with you. Thank you for taking time to be here.
Oh, no worries, mate. It's a pleasure. Thank you.
So I want to hear about your character, Isaac. Isaac has been getting more and more to do each season. Tell me how you've seen Isaac grow as a character from season one to season three.
I think season one, Isaac had a lot of growing up to do. I believe that he was had a lot of potential. The potential was there. Obviously, I mean, he's doing well in life. He's playing for a Premier League club. He's obviously got a lot of talent, but I believe that he's kind of like lost under the wing of someone who is also Jamie Tart was not living up to his potential either. So when he needed someone like Roy to come along to kind of give him a kick up the arse. Sorry for my language. I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good.
To kind of like point him in the right direction and show him that he has the potential to, to be a leader, to be someone that people can rely on and people can look towards for guidance. And I believe that's where the potential for growth came, and you know, luckily it panned out that way.
Absolutely. Do you,
Yeah.
because we don't know that much about Isaac's backstory or anything, as you're prepping for your scenes, do you have kind of headcanon or like backstory for Isaac kind of plotted out?
Yeah, I used to play football before I became an actor. So he's a bit of me. He's a little bits of people that I knew from clubs that I had been at when I was younger. Um, and also, someone that some with the patience that I would like to give myself. Um, Basically, yeah, that's what I do whenever I'm trying to get in the headspace of Isaac. I just call upon my past really.
What are some of those most important pieces of your past that you kind of call upon to help inform your performance?
Um, because I played for a few clubs when I was younger. I just tried to put myself in the headspace that I was when I was a footballer. When I was playing matches week in week out and had a whole team and had certain responsibilities. Pretty much like stuff like that.
It's good. Well, I was going to ask about the football scenes. Obviously, I know a lot of the team, the actors who portray the team, have experience like you playing football itself. How much actually football training do you continue to do in preparation for filming?
I mean, you always want to be sharp. Um, you always want to be fit, and you know, if you don't prepare, you kind of you're giving yourself like a little bit. You might get injured, as you can say, because it is a physically demanding. We are running. We are. That's not like CGI. None of that. So like having to do some of like the scenes where team is playing a match. Just you have to be a certain level of fitness. So you get yourself in a gym, or you might start. I did playing footballs on a Friday, um, and the gym as well, just to make myself, mentally and physically prepared.
It's good. Well, even though you're already good at football, is memorizing like the choreography of these matches a different thing? Is that like a different skill? It feels like it would be almost like
Yeah,
be memorizing a dance.
yeah, because there's a lot of footballers that they use, as essays, you know, in the show. But it's different from them. You see them when they're training and they got all the flicks and tricks, and then when the director, you know, shouts action, it's a different kind of pressure, because it kind of like you have to nail it, you know. Otherwise, you have to go all the way back and start again. And sometimes it might be really, really cold, and everyone's like, come on, we got to get this so we can just like go into the warm, and so there is that sort of pressure that way. So I've said this in other interviews before. I've said that like I think that like filming Ted Lasso has made me think that the choreographed scenes are a little bit harder than actually playing football in the real world.
Hmm, that's good. I've heard other people repeat that about the cold too. That I've heard other people say that's the most surprising thing people like wouldn't guess about Ted Lasso is how cold it is when you guys film. Is that true?
Yeah, because the editors, they 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 really really do a good job of creating a scenario like, oh, it's summer, it's autumn, and it might be the dead of winter, and you're wearing shorts and t-shirt, and London is in November and all the months. It's very very cold. So yeah, the cold, like it's kind of like the cold that kind of creeps up on you, like a draft cold. So it's the kind of it's the annoying cold. That's it.
Totally. Have you gotten to chat with many real footballers since the show premiered? I'm curious what their response is to the show.
um, you know what it was like. Some of my mates are actual footballers, and they all love the show because it's like there's not really been a show like this before. Where it's about football or soccer. There's been a couple like back in the day, but like, not to this level. And you know, everyone's always said that it can be done, but no one actually quite like got the ingredients right. And that's what they all just basically just like tell me well done and thanks a lot. And they all have like in their clubs they have their little like believe signs, and like they all like fans of the show. Like every single the most footballers that I know, they come up to me and they would talk about Ted Lasso being like, I've watched all of it. Yeah, so it's
That's
great.
awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, back to your team. In the show, the dynamics this year in season three shift a little bit again. With a new character of Zava, this kind of godlike figure coming into the picture. How did the dynamics shift within the team while filming?
I mean, you got to give it up to Max who plays Zava. It's not easy to come into a show where people have been in the character 3 4 years, if you include the pandemic. And go into that environment where everyone knows everyone, and now you've got to play this larger than life character. So he done an excellent job in that respect. You know, when it comes to Isaac being the way Isaac is, I don't think he's gonna pay too much mind. As long as Zava can make the team win, I think Isaac's like that. He's all for the team. Players like Jamie Tart, on the other hand, might, have a little something to say about that. But who knows? Just really excited for everyone to see and finally be able to talk about Zava, because it's been a long time and we've had to keep Max a very well kept secret, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah,
such a great addition to the show. Well,
thank you.
as you know, obviously we're 3 seasons in, and as the show has grown, there's been so much awards attention. You won a SAG award for the ensemble, which is incredible. So many award shows and events. Who are some of the people you've met throughout the process that you were like really excited to meet?
Um, what like people that like worked on the show or
No, like through like the Emmy Awards and different like, did you get to meet
oh
like celebrities or
yeah,
actors or
I've met a
directors?
lot. I've met a lot, like too many to name because I went to the Emmys. You know, that was a really lovely experience, and to go there and win, it's a whole different experience because you get to see like when you go through the corridor, when you go into little pods where you go into the interviews and they interview you, and not many people get to see that, especially people from Peckham. in Southeast London. So it was quite surreal. I just soaked it all in, and I shook hands with, Brian Cox and, Jason Bateman, oh man, the guy, he was in Designated Survivor and he was Harold and Kumar.
Kiefer Sutherland.
No,
Oh,
Harold and Kumar. Harold and
oh,
Kumar.
Cal Penn.
Cal Penn,
Yeah,
lovely guy. Um, had a chat with him. Big fan of the show. Been watching movies, since God knows when. Um, met Harry Kane. He's a fan of the show. I've met I mean, people that are even on the show. I met, I'm an Arsenal fan. And I met Thierry Henry. Met Gary Lineker. I've met so many people, and so many people that are like role models and like just straight up idols. At one point in my life that I might have idolized, and they've been so nice. That it's so refreshing. Because everyone always says don't meet idols. But with Ted Lasso, I think there's a great area. You know, that maybe like your idols turn around and they want to meet you too. So
that's really cool.
yeah.
Well, what was more surreal, being at the Emmys or seeing yourself as a playable character in FIFA?
That is a very, very good question. I haven't asked myself that one yet. I'd have to say FIFA. You know why? Because there's the Emmys, wonderful, amazing. Um, great to be there. Some not many people get the opportunity to even go. But for someone that's not a footballer to be in FIFA has never happened before. So I'd have to give that Pipsit, because that is just one of one. Like that is like stuff made, that's childhood dream kind of territory there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't give it up to people that their dream is to go to the Emmys. There's some people that might be their dream. You know what I'm saying? But for me, playing FIFA since PlayStation 1, FIFA 99, when it was like, you know what I'm saying, when it was like the hands were like this, to now where it's like, my character, my avatar on FIFA is uncanny to the way I look. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's how far technology has come. But yeah, FIFA, that is probably like something you can tell your grandkids, and you can literally be like, oh, not lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
That's so good. Well, last question before I let you go. I know my time is running short here. There's been a lot said about, this is kind of the third act of this show, and whether or not it's wrapping up, what the future of the show holds. And I've been hearing little rumblings here and there about spinoffs being pitched at the moment. So are you out here pitching an Isaac spinoff? Isaac and Sam move to New York and do life in the Big Apple. Are you pitching anything?
Isaac playing for Red Bull. Isaac Isaac, sponsored by gets a job at a Rolos factory, and then does a crusade against Sour Patch Kids, things like that. I'm pitching, I'm pitching, yeah, the same as the Harold and Kumar movies, the Isaac and Kola movies. I'm pitching it all. I'm joking. No, when it comes to that, there's not much I can say, because there's not much I know. I don't know anything. What I do know is that I'm so happy that episode 1 has come out today. TX Day today, and everyone can kind of start to talk about that instead of talking about things that no one really knows. It's just really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So glad it's out in the world. And Kola, again, thank you so much for your time, man. I appreciate it, and best of luck with all the success.
Cheers, my mate. Yeah, nice one.
Bye.
Bye.